Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel for another Dungeons & Dragons campaign story. If you're new, please subscribe, and you can check out my other videos with the playlist link in the description. Have you ever tried to assault a fortified keep without siege weapons? How about with no fly spell? Well, that's where the party is right now. That, and Baracus is unusually thirsty for human meat and other assorted appendages, causing everyone to quietly stare at him until he stops and says, "Oh, don't worry, Alderaan. Baracus will only take them off the enemy." Alright, you do you, Baracus, though this isn't Star Wars and his name is Alderaan. Alderaan, Lord of the City turned temporary refugee, lays out a couple attack plans. Either breach via teleport that can possibly get rejected by his protective wards, or storm one of the gates and assume the guards are slow to respond.
Really though, Alderaan? You couldn't have made it so only you can teleport in?
Well, I was going to do it eventually, but it wasn't a problem until right now.
So what I'm hearing is, I'll get to it means you'll never do it.
Baracus would like to breach the keep by teleport. I second this. They're dead.
Well, duh. It's the only way to get in where we don't end up run out of town as murderers.
Baracus is unconcerned by that prospect. The player's choice to teleport into the keep will greatly help minimize potential casualties. Vengeance, Baracus' beloved, Boblia, the ranger's loyal mastiff, and Hissy, the owlbear, all stay behind as the party gathers around Alderaan and vanishes with a flash of light. Everything seems fine, until the players get split up. Zehli the ranger and Turin the paladin pick themselves up off the lush carpeting and have a look around. They're in a large, comfortable room that seems to be a standing area for parties, but which is devoid of any good hiding spaces. They agree they should try to find the others, preferably before the assassins do.
Hey, dragon, come knock this door down.
Rude. Are you sure we can even afford to make that much noise?
Do you have any other ideas?
Nope, here goes. Zehli and Turin crash through the previously secured door and surprise a couple of people who whirl around, shout in surprise, and attack. Hey, watch the one with the crossbow, it's looking to hide.
Yeah, I got it. Handle your own assassin, thanks.
Okay, my bad. They kill the assassins, make an attempt to hide the bodies under a table, and walk to the nearest door. That's when Zehli receives a premonition in the form of a card. Remember that many fortunes from the deck of many things are still in play, and not all of them are good.
Turin, stop.
What?
I saw a card from the deck.
Oh, that's even worse than I expected. Did you see any identifying features?
No, but I think it's through that door.
Should we go deal with it, or should we run the other way?
Let's just get this over with.
Turin kicks the door down. He and Zehli walk into a mostly empty room filled with a low mist. In the center of the room is a small stand that holds a spear aloft. Zehli walks over and takes the spear, examining it closely in her hands.
Well, it's mine now.
We should probably keep moving.
Seriously? Can you just let me have my moment?
Okay, but can you hurry just a little? The guys we killed are probably gonna start stinging soon.
Why do you have to take the fun out of everything?
Just lucky.
Let's find Nala and Baracus. Our odds are better if we regroup. Plus, Baracus makes a good meat shield.
Yeah? Once I find out where they landed, I'll let you know. Zehli and Turin head through a small, claustrophobic hallway into another room and become trapped inside as the door slams shut and magically locks behind them. A flurry of crossbow bolts converge on their position, forcing Zehli and Turin to take cover. While their hiding tactic helps draw the assassins into the open, Turin is quickly overwhelmed after he's repeatedly stabbed with poison blades. Hey, little help please, Zehli. I'm out of healing.
I'm a little busy, Turin.
Don't mind me, just dying over here. Happily, they get some assistance as the newfound spear suddenly bursts with necrotic energy, seemingly in anticipation of a nearby death. Zehli gets a smug grin on her face as the assassins stare at the spear with fear in their eyes.
Let's see how you like this.
She impales an assassin, in through his stomach and out his spine. He looks at her in shock and horror before he turns to dust.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
She whirls around, brandishing her spear.
Who else wants some?
Turin and Zehli manage to defeat this latest round of assassins, but they're also aware that all this noise is guaranteed to draw attention to their location. Zehli, very confident with their new spear, starts using it to turn locked doors into dust. They approach a heavy-looking, elaborately decorated pair of doors and pause as a low hum of energy reaches their ears. What do you think it is?
Well, if I knew, I would have told you.
Then I guess we have two options. We can either bust through and handle it, or we can turn around and try other places.
I mean, I thought it made it pretty clear earlier that we shouldn't leave surprises for later. Besides, maybe it's another spear.
I was afraid you'd say that, but fine. Let's go. The doors, despite their appearance, are not only unlocked, but swing open very easily. In the middle of the barely lit room is a figure flanked by a pair of assassins whose swords are dripping with fresh blood. While they're handling that nonsense, let's check in with Nala the Druid and Baracus the Rogue. Baracus is one of the most variable teammates because you never know if he's planning to help out in a fight. Baracus and Nala's surroundings finally solidify in what appears to be some kind of storeroom. With no small amount of complaining, they lament the failed attempt at teleportation and have a look around. The room is pretty cramped and the containers inside are sealed but have no labels. What kind of crap organization system is this? Baracus turns to Nala with a gleeful look in his eyes and says, Baracus wonders if Alderaan keeps any mimics here. Seriously? We just got plunked into an unknown location behind enemy lines and you want to know if Alderaan keeps mimics? Yeah. Baracus wants to make use of Alderaan's personal mimic army. Oh, for f***'s sake. Okay, fine. We can check for pet mimics later, but can we please find Turin, Zehli, Alderaan, or get the hell out of here before we get murdered? Baracus approves this plan. Baracus expertly picks the lock on the door and carefully opens it before he creeps into the next room. He sees someone skulking in the distant corner, but Baracus is just stealthy enough to avoid getting noticed.
Baracus saw an assassin in that room.
Are you sure it's not a servant?
Why would a servant hide in the corner? Sounds like something Baracus would do to cut off some fingers.
Predictable. Okay, let's surprise it so we can both get a good smack in before it can get us.
Baracus will follow your lead.
I'm surprised by your level of cooperation, but I'll take it. Nala goes for the shock value surprise round and runs into the room, screaming bloody murder. He hurls a giant constrictor snake at the figure and pummels it with spells while it tries to stab the snake and escape. Not so fun to get ambushed, is it? I can do this all day. The assassin groans at the overused Captain America quote. While Nala is busy fighting the assassin, Baracus decides she doesn't really need his help and goes off in search of treasure or something else he can add to his collection of bizarre items. Let's see, not this one. Baracus has no idea what that is. How about this? Baracus could find a use for it. Alright. Where's Nala? I'm right here, Baracus. I killed that assassin, no thanks to you. Baracus is happy to have provided that helpful service. Never mind. Can you just come unlock this next door, please? I'd like to keep moving. Absolutely. Just let Baracus remove this assassin's head. After several medicine checks, Dr. Baracus finally manages to remove the assassin's head and finally decides to help Nala unlock the nearby door. They're confronted with a ghastly sight. Alderaan in the center of a magical barrier that is barely keeping a pair of assassins at bay. He's bleeding heavily and looks even more pale than usual. Zehli and Turin crash through a door on the opposite side of the room, take one look at the situation and launch themselves at the assassins. Tune in next week to witness Alderaan's fate, as well as whether or not the players are able to turn this partially botched assault in their favor. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you are new, please subscribe and ring the little bell so you get notified when I post. I'll see you guys next time.